Gonzales High School, former football coach at Monterey High School and Snell High School. I'd like to introduce you to the split 4-4 against the run. First thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about, we're going to show you a quadrant portion of the split 4-4 against the option. Now, the thing I need to tell you about is Monterey High School, when I was a coach here, we were a split back veer team. We were a very, very good option football team, both here at Monterey High School and when I was at Snell High School. So we know about stopping the option. We don't want to get beat with our play. So here's how we stop the option. First of all, our defensive tackle, we have an assignment for him. His job is to stop the dive and get upfield, kiss that running back. Don't get base block, kiss that running back. Our inside linebacker, Mike, as you're going to see it here, is going to attack the dive back. Now you're going to see the other inside linebacker, which is not there. He would slow play that in case there was a speed trap coming off that, because the speed trap off the option comes back real hard. And the only guy you have in this defense, if the backer's reading it properly, he gets a little lost there as a backside inside linebacker. So it's very important that he sort of slow plays it, doesn't cross the center's face. Step up and take the dive. Now, here's where we have a lot of arguments about what to do and what not to do. Our defensive end, as a quarterback turns and opens and shows him his numbers, he will attack. What we are looking for in option football is what is called a mush. That means the ball goes back at a 90-degree angle in the backfield. We have read them before they read us. Our outside linebacker is chugging the tight end. Now he's going to work upfield at a 45-degree angle, which you're going to see in the tape, and he's going to take away the pitch. You're going to see that in the individual drill, and you're going to see it again on this. So he's getting upfield to take away the pitch. In the secondary, we're going to roll into it. Cornerback's coming up to the pitch. The safety who's up top, who you'll not be able to see, would be thinking quarterback. Dive quarterback coming through. Okay? Backside cornerback's playing cutback. One thing good veer coaches will tell you is go down and pick off that safety, cut underneath them. So we're taking our backside halfback, and we're thinking cutback all the way. Cutback or angle of pursuit. Backside in, backside linebacker, outside linebacker are thinking angle of pursuit as that ball crosses the line of scrimmage. The halfbacks are going to be in a three-point stance, about right on this line, okay? You put your inside shoulder on that outside guard's foot. That's on the thing, okay? You remember all this, don't you? Right here. Okay. You're going to be the dive back. Okay, we're going to do this really slow because we know you guys can't do this, okay? Okay, now, here's what you're going to do. Now watch. Frank, DT, 3 technique. Okay, Larry, you're going to open here. Okay, I want you to put like that. Go slower. God, you always wanted to do this, didn't you? You're going to go here and you're going to step in here like this. Okay, take the ball out, come out here like this. Then you're going to pitch it. Okay, ready? Hit. Perfect. Hit. Okay. Hit. Okay, the split 4-4 against a power. We've selected the split back power. Again, we have a quadrant of guys without a lot of alignment there, so we confuse you and see what people are doing here, okay? The first thing we want to tell you about, probably the 2 key things about the power in this defense, actually there's 3 key coaching points in the split 4-4. Number 1, the end must squeeze the field and take on the fullback or the blocking back with his inside shoulder. Keep outside leverage, outside foot leverage, outside hand leverage. And he must squeeze it as hard as he can. The second thing that has to happen for us is very, very important. Sam must attack in an upfield manner more at the near back rather than his key, the far back, so he does not get pushed down in a hole and he really overruns the play. The third key component is the inside linebacker attacking any pulling guard or any tackle coming down with his inside shoulder. So he's going to step through to give him less surface area to hit. We don't want him squared up. If he's squared up like in an Okie defense, he gets too tied up in there. We want him through and in the hole. Now remember, we still have the other inside linebacker to help us for cutbacks. Other backside tackles coming down the line of scrimmage as the guard pulls. The end and that backside linebacker is squeezing the line of scrimmage. So we have a lot of bounce back to play bounce to the backside. Corner is going to come up and force to the outside. Safety's coming up top. He's thinking the running back coming straight through, and he's going to fill to the half. Other halfback's going to fill to the half. You're going to try to take old Carver down inside. Dougie? Yeah, here's what you do. You come into the line here. Okay? Kick him out, okay? All you do is you reverse out. Watch. You just reverse out like this. Okay? And you hand him the ball right here. And you follow him. Okay? Just put it in there and you cover it up like you got it, okay? See, I want you to take your reach step, but I really want you to get this shoulder through. So you're taking any block here with the inside shoulder. Yeah, I really want to see you step through and get that inside shoulder, you know, not square at the line of scrimmage. So you can get there, okay? Go. Hit. Okay. One more time. Hit. Okay. Okay, the next play we want to look at is the power, and this is always a play that most teams employ, where they kick out the the end and they run that halfback or the tailback up off tackle, where they either double down. Okay, the nice thing about this defense is they cannot double down on you because you have Sam out there and you're in a 3 technique. There's some coaching points that you really need to really think about in this. It's really important. Against power football teams, we like to get our tackle upfield a little bit more and invite the trap. Sam has to step up, maintain his outside leverage, and get up in the hole. The defensive end must squeeze the line of scrimmage and attack that fullback. The other key points are the inside linebackers coming real hard downhill, attacking with that inside shoulder, and really getting up in the hole and creating havoc up in there. Halfbacks coming outside in, safeties coming inside out. You're slow playing it with the backside linebackers. It's very important to remember that we don't want to create running lanes and that the backside people have responsibilities even though the point of attack is away from them. And that's a key coaching point. So kids can't run out of there. So if we stuff it and it bounces back to the backside of the play, we've got to be prepared to make a play. Remember, this is 11 people playing with 11 people. This next segment we're going to show you is the power to the twin side. The defensive end this time is going to read power, and he's going to squeeze down and replace the offensive tackle. Offensive tackle is going to release to the inside, try to block our inside linebacker. Now Rover, he's brought out here to get him in coverage, to get him out of there. He still has a tailback, still has a halfback. If they run the option at us, Rover's in a tremendous place to make a play on the pitch. In fact, he's in a perfect play to make a play on the pitch. But we're talking about a power out of the I formation or a sprint draw right now. So, as the ball snapped, defensive end is going to replace where the tackle was. Rover's still going to read tailback. Mike's reading fullback. Fullback is taking Mike right to the football because the fullback's going to try to kick our defensive end out. We're going to take him on with our inside shoulder, maintaining outside leverage. 54 will still maintain, will not cross the center's head until the ball passes him. Safety comes inside out, halfback outside in. Okay, gentlemen, power to the twin side. Power to the twin side, gentlemen. Ready? Hut. One more time, please. Ready? Hut. Now, it's very critical when you practice this, when you first line up your backers, that you practice your pass to the football without anybody there. They've got to know where they've got to go. Then they've got to know how to take on a block. One more time, gentlemen. Power to the twin. Ready? Hut. Okay, now the next play we're going to show you is the outside ISO, which is a favorite play. A lot of teams like to isolate on your Sam and see what he's made out of. I want to repeat that your Sam linebacker is generally your best athlete on the defense. However, sometimes he's not, and that's been the case in history in our defense. We've spread it around. But what you're going to see is the tight end's going to kick our defensive end out, which is going to force him to squeeze the field. They're going to isolate with the fullback onto the Sam. Now, he has to take him on with his inside shoulder so he can maintain outside leverage with the end, okay? The next thing we have to do is we have to get a good upfield surge on that fullback by our tackle. And again, that technique with the linebacker bringing his shoulder through, which probably is going to take on the guard to fill that B gap there to the inside to give the outside linebacker help. This time, you step out and block the end. Okay? This time, Dougie, who's the fullback? You are? You be the fullback. You're going to block Sam, so you're going to go Carver, right to Carver. Okay? Okay? All you're going to do is reverse out right here, hand it ball to the tailback right here. This is ISO. Okay? Okay. Now, then we're going to do one in the middle. I'm going to move him in here so you get the idea. Trying to kick you out and you not getting base block. Come on underneath that inside move. So we're going to do the outside ISO first, then the inside ISO. Okay? You still take your read step up in there, but where's your key at? Tailback, right? So you're going to step up in the hole, right? Yeah. You're keying the fullback, so you're going right to that hole, right? Frank, you just sort of drop on the line there, okay? Ready? Hit. Hit. Okay. Okay. One more time. Hit. One of the most common plays you'll see against a split 4-4, the I-back formation, is the center ISO, middle ISO. And what will happen is the center will block one inside backer, the fullback will block the other side inside backer. Two tackles will get kicked out. Sam will be blocked by the end. They'll let the ends go because they feel the ends are going to overrun it. And they'll take a slot and put in your rover. Now remember, our keys here are Sam and Rover are on the tailback and the I formation. Mike and Willie are on the fullback. So what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to take these blockers on, squeeze it to the inside, because they're going to get help from the outside. Okay? We don't want them to squirt out. We want to squeeze it to the inside. So we want them almost to come in shoulder to shoulder. We want them to take on with their inside shoulder and squeeze it up inside. Most of the time, if they're taking a read step and they're breaking on the football, they're going to blow it up pretty much in line of scrimmage. Key element in here is the two tackles cannot get base blocked. They've got to come underneath. They've got to get to that fullback. And the nice thing about this play and this defense is the tackles get there after the fullback clears. Generally, if they're good tackles, by the time they get there, the tailback's hitting the hole. So they have a great chance of plugging it up. Now, the ends are playing bounce. So if he bounces in there and bounces out, the ends will play the bounce. And, again, the outside linebackers are coming in. They're forcing into that B-gap area there so he doesn't slide through. They should see it right away. The ends can see it right away. And sometimes the ends are quick enough because the tailback's so deep can pick it off. But the key element is not to get base blocked and get a good hard re-step coming forward with Mike and Willie on center ISO. He's going to try to hook you. You're going to come, just take a step with that outside foot into here and try to come across his face. You're trying to get to the fullback right now, okay? Remember, you're trying to get to the fullback's nose. You've got to take a read step. Sam, you got the tailback, so as you step up and take your read step, you're scraping. What are you doing? Outside contain. You're not letting it bounce outside. You're going to get, as soon as you feel it coming, you're going to get square at the line of scrimmage, right? Okay. Going right up the gut. You're going to block Brian. Kick him out. And just real slow, let him come underneath you and get to the fullback. Okay? But you obviously are not going to make it to the fullback. But you try to step in there, let him clear, then you're going to end up on the tailback. Ready? Hit. Perfect. Remember, taking him on with your inside shoulder. Hit. Next thing we want to show you is the toss sweep to the tight end side of a pro formation here, okay? Now what generally happens is the tight end ends up engaged on our Sam. So that allows Sam to stretch it. They've got to find some way to block the defensive end, and they generally crack down on our defensive end with the flanker. To deal with our cornerback, they take number 25, will assume the tackle position. He's going to pull and block our cornerback, okay? The key coaching points here are basically the same thing we did with the twins and the trips, is to make sure that the defensive end gets upfield and fights outside. Sam maintains outside leverage. The cornerback, takes on the tackle with his inside shoulder, maintains outside leverage, and the safety comes inside out with the two inside linebackers filling. Okay, gentlemen, toss sweep with a crack to the tight end side. Here we go. Get in your stances. Ready? Hut. Perfect. Let's go. Reset. Okay, toss sweep to the tight end side, to the tight end side to us. Ready? Hut. Okay, here we go. Good job. One more time, guys. Give them one more look, please. Ready? Hut. This is power vs twin sit, okay? Okay, the next segment we're going to show you here in the video is a ploy that everybody tries against a split 4-4. As you can see right now, what we've done is we've got a twin set with number 44. So we've got our outside linebacker outside, 25 is the tackle. And guys, line up, please, and get in stances and get ready to go here. Okay, we're still going to maintain inside leverage with our corner. We're going to be 5 yards off the ball. Our rover back, number 84 here, will be inside eye of the number 2 receiver. Paul moved inside of number 44 there. Defensive end will be the tackle. Now he's going to replace. Okay. What's going to happen is the tackle's going to pull, pick up our cornerback. 44 is going to crack onto our defensive end. 10 is going to crack to our rover. What we want to do with our defensive end is we want our defensive end to get upfield and work at an angle upfield to the flag. Rover will do the same thing. He'll come upfield, work at an angle to spread it out, string it out to the sidelines. Corner will force inside out. Safety will come, outside in. Safety will come inside out. Number 30 here, our Mike linebacker, will scrape down the line of scrimmage, coming inside out. Inside linebacker, number 54, will look for cutback. He'll be scraping down flat down the line of scrimmage. Okay, guys. Here we go. Toss sweep to the twins. Ready? Hut. Beautiful. One more time, gentlemen. Reset. Their pass to the full ball are very critical. Remember, the inside linebackers, we're taking everything on with our inside shoulder, so watch your shoulder placement here. Ready? Hut. Next thing we want to show you is the toss sweep to the 3 receiver side. Now, what we found a lot this last year in this defense, and a lot of teams are doing this, is they're employing this, is they're lining up, and actually we're to the field right here because of the camera, but they're lining up to the boundaries because we're going to maintain inside leverage on the number 1 receiver out there. which puts him in a position that he actually be just stock blocked and pushed back inside. What a lot of teams are doing is they're coming down, they're crack blocking, they're slamming it down inside. What we want to do is we want our defensive end here, number 67, we want him to get upfield and stay square. So from the camera angle, you're going to see number 67, his whole back, and he's going to get upfield and fight upfield at the flag. Okay. We've bumped out our inside linebacker on the number 3 receiver here. Rover is out on the number 2 receiver. In the middle would be Sam, and Mike would still be in the middle. So as soon as he reads toss sweep, he's going to come upfield and work at an angle. Rover's coming upfield, working at an angle. Our halfback's coming outside in. Our safety's coming inside out. Our inside linebackers are still looking for cutback. Okay, gentlemen, toss sweep to trips with a slam. Here we go. Ready? On sound. Hut. Again, please. Reset. Remember, work out in an angle, Paul, please. Ready? Hut. Okay, Steve, one more time, reset. Make sure, this is a real critical thing. You got to make sure you get upfield a little bit and then work at an angle, okay? You're getting too far outside there a little bit, okay? We don't want to create any inside running lanes for the tailback to cut up inside of us. Ready? Hut. We want to fill those running lanes much better. One more time, please. And you guys move to the sidelines this time with it, okay? Really stretch it this time. Come upfield and stretch it to the sidelines. Now, ready? Hut. This next segment of video we're going to show you shows a trap, but what we've done is we've left the tackle out on the pulling guard, okay? The tackle on the pulling guard side is going to go right with that pulling guard. But we're also going to show you it when the tackle pulls, okay? First thing I want to talk about in the first segment. The tackle who's getting trapped, as soon as he feels that release, he's going to drop down and try to get his shoulder square to the line of scrimmage, take on the blocker with the top of his shoulder pad, and get his hand down on the ground to the middle of the center. Now, the middle linebackers, they're keying the near backs. If it's split back, as the back goes away, my eyes immediately go for counter or trap. I'm playing backside, counter, and trap real hard. Now remember, at the same time, Mike and Willie, they see their key wipes. They play trap and counter all the time on backside. Every segment of film, we will be playing hard backside, counter, and trap. What you're going to see here, you see the linebackers drop and attack the back right away. Now, because we're keying backs, what's going to happen is, as soon as that back sits there, the other linebacker is going to mirror him, and he's just going to attack as he moves to the line of scrimmage. So we should get a good beat on him. We should be able to get up field and really attack him. The key thing we can't have is our tackle being trapped upfield too much. So in my book, we do talk about a go technique. If you got a go technique going, the tackles are going to overrun it, and you're going to have to rely on your linebackers. Against a team that traps, you want to do more reading because you have a better chance. Even with a go technique, we'll tell our kids, if you feel a release, drop down and squeeze it first. Can't be wrong if you're on a line of scrimmage. First segment is an inside trap. The second segment is an outside trap with a tackle pulling, which is a little harder on the tackle. He's getting kicked out by the guard, but again, he's going to try to step underneath and step up there. Linebackers, it's no change from the counter trade type trap or the counter trap to the regular crossbuck type trap. You be the guard here, Larry, because you know how to do this. You be the quarterback. Okay. We're going to do a trap. Okay? Trap counter. What we're going to do is have him. You're going to, as he comes down, you're going to try to squeeze to the center. Get your head up, Phil, staying all fours. Head up right to here, okay? You're going to step down. You're going to cross key it, Carver. So in other words, you're going to be over here, Napoleon. Right there. You're going to cross key it, you're going to squeeze it down so you get the idea of what happens here, okay? With a limited amount of people in the video. Okay, we're going to walk through it. So here's what all you're going to do is just turn like this. No, I know. You're going to go like this, and he's going to run behind you right there. You trap, you go down the block. Actually, you would end up blocking the linebacker that's not here. Hit. Okay, you got to run up behind a pulling guard there, Jerry. Okay. Whether there's a hole or not, we're not hitting anybody, so just get up in there. Go again, walk through. Hit. Yeah. Okay, you know what you could do in a video would be really effective? Is your guy's here, you're watching your guy here, this guy's going that way, you're cross-keying that guy. As soon as you see that guy's gone, what are you doing? You're attacking. Okay, here we go. Walk through one more time. Hit. You ready? Hit. There we go. I want to see that one backer coming through. I want you both to be in here first. Yeah. Let's have you both play inside this time. Let's retake this. Okay? Let's have you right here. Back away. What are you going to do with your butt?
Drop it.
Drop it. Okay? You're going to be on this side? You want to be on that side? You drop it. As soon as you see him going, drop your butt and key to that guy. As soon as you see your guy going, you drop your butt and key to that guy. Here we go. Ready? Hit. Again, that's perfect. That's better. Hit. What we're trying to do with our secondary now is we would like to play them 5 yards off the football to the inside. Now, some secondary coaches I have like to shuffle, some like to read step. We've used the shuffle because it helps us attack the football a little better, and it helps us sort of get on, read it a little quicker. Now, what essentially we're going to do, here's some rules for us, especially against the run. We're looking for alignment changes just like we look for alignment changes on the pass. You know, if all of a sudden the guy is a wide out and he's squeezing down to 6 yards or 7 yards instead of 15, we're looking for the fade or the outside route there. On a run, if we catch him squeezing down and they're a lead option team, we're thinking a lead option. They're coming up on the edge on us. So it's very important we check his alignment. We're never going to get closer than 5 yards to line of scrimmage, to the sidelines. We're always going to use the sidelines to our advantage, even against the run. Now, good option football teams and good power football teams will let you load up to the field side and run back into the boundary side. Remember, the split 4-4 is a balanced defense, so you're balanced on both sides. So, essentially what we're going to do on the run, we're going to try to really roll the zone. So we're playing at 5 yards off. If the kid can't play at 5, you want to play him at 6. 7, the maximum you want to play it is about 8. At 8 yards, we'll talk about this in the pass coverage segment, you will have a problem covering some routes. But against the run, especially in a run thing, we want them at 5 yards. Okay? Now, you want to get down in a stance, please? Chris, go to get down in a stance. He's on the inside eye. As this receiver releases, if he releases to the outside, we're going to run with him because we're going to play pass first. But at the same time, we're going to eyeball the quarterback with our inside eye. So we're going to turn and we're going to run, and we're going to run at this guy, but we're looking at the quarterback. We're looking into the backfield. If this man starts to come down inside to crack, we're going to play it like a slant, and we're going to come up the fill. On the option, cornerback has pitch man. On the sweep, he has the pitch man. The halfback on the split back quick toss, or the tailback on an eye sweep. He's going to sting into it. Safety is going to come up and cover deep half, and we're going to end up in a cover 2. Cover 2 without the other two guys here you can't see. We want you to just see the halfback flow, then we'll put the safety in, okay? So what I want you to do first is I want you to release to the outside and run them off about 5 steps and start to stock block them, okay? Okay. Ready? Hit. Now what we're looking at is a wide receiver is going to crack. We're going to roll a zone. You're going to see the safety come up top. He's going to step up. He's going to play hard force now. Ready? We're going to roll the zone into the crack now. Ready? Hit. Now remember, if they do throw the football, we've still got help in the short zone there from the backer dropping and the inside linebacker helping us, but that's not our worry here right now. We're trying to fill on the sweep, like on a fly sweep where they're putting a lot of bodies out here. Hit. Good job. Ready? Hit. Now the next aspect of secondary play we want to talk about against a run is a counter or reverse. Right now we're talking about a reverse to this man's side where this wideout's going to turn and start back against the grain. Okay? Now, as soon as he sees this guy reverse field, he is going to start screaming reverse. And the next thing his eyes are going to go to is he's going to look into the offensive backfield to find the next most dangerous player, somebody coming back. So his butt's going to drop until he knows where the football is. The safety, on the other hand, would stay right in the middle. As soon as he heard reverse, his butt would just drop and he'd find the football. Because we don't have all the bodies, what we're going to show you just him squatting, and then we're going to use two bodies with him running back and reverse coming back this way. So first thing I want you to do is I want you just simply to turn and run the reverse that way, okay? On sound, on sound. Ready? Ready, Gasper? Hit! Now, he still has contained. This time we're going to run the reverse where this cornerback's going to, halfback's going to come right down inside. We're assuming we're going to have some sort of lineman pulling in here. Going to sort of this, so we're going to get drug inside here. As we get drug inside and he's trying to block, we've got to look into the backfield on a run. And now we see the reverse. Now we start yelling reverse. Now before we get upfield, we must remember we have a defensive end upfield here containing. We may be, even though we have some contain, we may be the only person between the goal line and that reverse. So we've got to kind of squat, hold our position here a little bit. What happens is we're going to get driven down into here. So it's going to become a little easier for a lineman to get out here and hook us. So now we're going to start widening a little bit, but we're not going to widen too much because we don't want to create a running lane in here. But we're almost going to hold our position and eyeball our end and eyeball the back. So let's walk through this one. Hit. Now, as we hear reverse and he reads reverse, he's going up top. Other cornerback over here should be yelling it right now because he sees his wideout leaving. He's yelling reverse. He's coming up top. We're almost going to end up in, we're ending up in cover two, but he's ended up on the top. He's almost in the deep half over here, this other corner. Okay, we should get some help out of Rover also. Here we go. Okay, we're looking at the reverse. Wideout blocking down to the safety. Back coming back with a pulling lineman to get our end and or our halfback here. Here we go, on sound, Joan, about half speed. Here we go, ready, hit. Safety up top, cornerback would be in the middle. We should be getting good pursuit out of these people in here. Now remember also, we got outside linebacker to help us, inside linebacker to help us, tackle to help us, end to help us. The end can see it almost before the corner, so he should communicate to him, or corner, if he sees it, should communicate to the end. Doesn't matter who, it just has to be done. Okay, the defensive tackles in the split 4-4, you guys are the only two down people. They're in a three technique. They're in the outside eye of the guard here. Okay? 3-point stance. Their goal is to never be base blocked by the guard. What they would really like to do is force a double team. And we're going to show you some basic technique without some contact here of some of the techniques that this man employs. A lot of football teams will really try to scoop block you most of the time, but we're going to start right from the double team. Okay, so gentlemen, we're going to do a double team first, okay? Guard and tackler to double team. The DT is going to sit, hold the double team, to keep the tackle from releasing on the inside linebacker. Okay, gentlemen, let's hold that double team. Frank, ready? Hit. He pushes into that outside guy. He would eventually roll into this gap. But as you can see, the goal is to keep the tackle from releasing inside. Let's try that one more time and roll through this time, Frank. This is defensive tackle via the double team. Holding the tackle so he can't get to the inside backer. Ready? Hit. Next thing we want to show you is a base block. Defensive tackle can never get base block. So when he feels that guard's head coming to his outside shoulder, he's going to try to get his head through to the B gap and get upfield a little bit. Okay, gentlemen, base block, please. Hit. Gets his hands underneath him, gets upfield, tries to stay square. Let's try it again, Frank, please. Hit. Now the kick-out block, like in the inside ISO, is another problem for us. And generally in the ISO, his key is the fullback. So he's trying to come across this guy's head anyway, so he's looking for this block against this backfield formation. So now we want the kick-out block, Larry, against Frank. Here we go. Hit. Trying to get his head and outside arm through into the A-gap. Let's try again, Frank. Try to get that outside arm through into the A-gap. Get to the fullback, Frank. Remember, to the fullback. Ready? Hit. There he goes. The nice thing about this is that he's going to get there delayed, like a late cavalry charge. So fullback's probably going to be by him, and he's probably going to end up more likely on the tailback. The other most common block against a split 4-4 is a wrap block or a scoop block, whatever you want to call it, where the offensive tackle does a reverse shoulder block here on your tackle, and they step the guard around to get to that backer. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned here is this guy cannot be turned. If this guy can stay in line of scrimmage, he's done a good job. And keep his shoulders square. So, with the sake of not having shoulder pads, what he would normally do would be drop that inside shoulder and start to scramble laterally down the line of scrimmage, flatter. So Frank, we're just wrap block here. You defeat it, okay? Get underneath Ryan. Okay, ready? Hit. Perfect. As far as running plays are concerned, the defensive tackle, his job would be in the option to take the dive away to his side. If they're in split backs, he's going to take the near back to him, find the split back. He's the fullback, or the fullback in a wishbone. He's now going to take the fullback, take the fullback away from him. So we run against a predominantly I or a wishbone team. The tackles are slanting from a 3 technique to a 1 technique. And they're coming across the guard's head so the guard can't release upon the inside linebacker. Still puts us in a little precarious situation because it allows the tackle to release a little bit, but that's okay. There's so much things going on back here which is a little delayed and we have time to react to the football. Okay, on the trap block, what we're going to do, because we like to have you see it with the other players, we're going to show you the actual what the tackle is going to do here, but it really won't come together. As this man releases to the inside, he's going to drop on all fours, get his head upfield, and try to get his inside hand to right where this C is. Okay? Let's try it. Hit. Squeeze that center, take on that block with his inside shoulder. Now the other tackle is going to go right with the guard. He's going to come right down in there and he's going to squeeze it, put his hand on his hip. Now if it's a tackle going, he will react to the kick-out block. Now, so what I want you to do this time, I want you to pull, go that way, Ryan. I want you to kick him out, like on counter tray, okay? Yeah, okay, you're going to the left, Ryan. You're going to kick him out. You're going to do just like it was a kick-out block. Ready? Hit. Okay, he's still going to try to get inside that guard, and the tackle here still would be squeezing onto the offensive tackle, okay? Now, some teams, what they'll try to do, if the middle's pretty tough with the 2 defensive tackles, They'll try to run that play a little further outside at your sandbacker. Defensive ends in the split 4-4 are a really defensive ends. They're like an old-fashioned 1950 style stand-up defensive end. So what he's going to do here is going to show you his read step. He's going to end up taking 2 steps, and he's going to end up where this tight end was. His first goal is to contain, make the field smaller. Outside foot's going to stay free. He's going to take 2 steps. On sound, let's walk through this, gentlemen. Hit. Keeps his shoulders square. Now, stay right there, Gasper. Next thing he's looking for, he's reading this near back. He's reading the quarterback. First of all, quarterback opens to him. What do you mean by quarterback open? Quarterback open shows him the numbers. If I show him my numbers, he attacks, because that's an option. He takes the end. If I start to reverse here, he's going to go right to the halfback there on a quick toss. If I reverse out, now what he's going to do is cross key through this back here, because this back's going to kick him out. But he's going to stay right there till he knows where the ball is. So what we want to do right now is we want to run a power at you, okay? Come inside out, kick him out. Okay, here we go. Ready? You just release, right? Ready? About half speed. Hit. Takes on this inside shoulder. Now with your freshmen and sophomores, you want to really emphasize taking this arm and sticking it out here so it's free. You notice he's giving him the top. He's ducking that shoulder, staying square. If it's a smaller kid, he's going to lean into the blocker. Okay, he's got help to the inside, help with the cornerback rolling into this, okay? Let's try it again. Hit. Okay, good. What's going to tip him on a quick toss is the tight end's going to hook him. Right, I want you to step out and attack his outside leg. As soon as he feels that pressure to the outside leg, he may never finish his read step. He immediately is going to get outside. So let's go real slow so the camera can kind of capture this, gentlemen. I just want you to go like a quick toss, Larry. On sound. Ready? Hit. He's going to stay square. He's got plenty of help from the outside linebacker. The tackle should be releasing very quickly, being a latecomer in a pursuit. Onside backer should be releasing, looking inside, make some plays there, okay? Hit. Okay, Larry, you want to move the quarterback for me, please? Since Monterey High School is predominantly an option team, we would like to get to this quarterback right around the B gap. Because he still has to take his read step and he has to hesitate. So, Larry, what I want you to do is just turn it open like an option and come right down the line on him, okay, on sound. You play the option, Gasper, take your read step, and give us a look. Also, when he makes contact, I want you to make note of his hands stripping the ball. Okay, here we go, on sound. Hit. Wants to strip the ball, force a bad pitch. Hit. Let's say they got a wing to his left. He's going to take his read step. He's going to get depth depending upon how deep the deepest back is. So he sees flow that way. Come up in a line here, Larry. If Gasper sees flow that way and Larry's the deepest back, he's going to start shuffling down in here, squeezing it. He's not going to get up in here. He's going to stay more in the line of scrimmage because that's more of a counter action. Let's run the counter first. You come back and go right up the A gap here. You just take off that way. You react to the counter here. Hit. Reverse, reverse. Go. Okay, now on a reverse, this time get out further. Generally a reverse, you're going to get a lot more depth. So this time, Larry, give ground and come back this way in a reverse. Play the reverse, Gasper. He's going to take his read step, flow away from him. His eye is going to go to the most next dangerous ball carrier, which is that flanker, the split end. He's going to get as deep as that back, and he's going to start screaming in reverse. On sound, please. Hit. Okay. Now he's going to get help also from the outside linebacker. in the tackle. Unless the tackle gets lost, we get any cross keys. Our inside linebackers. Our inside linebackers, the linebacker to the tight end side, number 30 will be the Mike linebacker. He will line up to what we determine as the strength of the formation. So we're assuming there's a tight end here. Right now we don't have that person in the picture, but he would line up to the tight end side. Willie would line up away from Mike. Now they mirror each other, okay? Now their depth off the football was going to be 4 yards. If we're having trouble covering width, we'll move back to 5. We generally won't go any more than 5, but we'll try not to get, unless we're stunning, any closer than 3. Because if we get up at 3 yards, let's move up here a little closer, guys. What happens is it's hard for us to scrape now. It's hard for us to get a good downhill angle on that power if they run power. Outside veer, as you can see here, we just have no really good angle. Back up, guys. Now, the inside linebackers take a read step on the snap of the ball. Okay, guys, set your feet. Inside foot's back, outside foot's up. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going to just say snap, and you take a read step. Ready? Hut. Now, one of the queries of this defense is we line up in it, right off the bat, you say, well, God, Coach, you got your inside foot up. How do you get downhill to take on the outside block? Well, we take a read step. Again, reset, gentlemen. Watch your inside foot now. Ready? Hut. Perfect. Okay. Now, they read quarterback, ball, quarterback to back. We key backs, not linemen. We key backs, not linemen. We believe when you key linemen, you teach kids to get blocked. We want to read where the ball's going. Get the guy at the football. So right now we have a split back setup, so they would read into the ball, out to their back. But right now we're going to show you what they would do on a quarterback sneak. Okay, gentlemen, quarterback sneak. Ready? Take your read step and squeeze it. Now, ready? Hut. You notice they try to get their inside shoulders upfield. They're going to try to squeeze it, and they almost want to be shoulder to shoulder when they get to the center. Again, ready? Hut. Real good. Here we go. Bring it back. If we have a split back set, gentlemen, you guys want to get set on the offensive side, please? Okay. Now, we read dive. We're keying the back to this side. Number 30 here has to honor the dive. He must take on that running back. If it's an inside veer, his path is going to be right off that tackle's butt. If it's outside veer, it's going to be the same path he's going to take on a power. The far back, as his back leaves and runs the option, his eyes will go immediately to the far back, number 34 there. The purpose of that is for any speed trap, cut back, anything like that. He's not going to pass the center set until he knows for sure the ball's gone. So we're not just running on the snap of the football. We're always picking up, we're cross key and picking up another back. Okay, gentlemen, let's run 29 option on the offensive side. You guys react to 29 option. Okay, here we go. Ready? Hut. Okay, one more time. Now, obviously, as 54 here, we're getting a little bad read. As he would see his back fly, he'd get underneath, he'd get right off the backer's butt, and as he fills on the dive and he realizes there's nothing coming here, he's getting down the line of scrimmage right here. Everything's on with the inside shoulder. Okay, so let's just take a good look at it and then get down the field, okay? Here we go. Ready? On sound. Ready? Hut. Perfect. Now, when a team lines up in an I formation, Mike and Willie key the fullback. If we see a wishbone or an ace back, they would key the fullback, the ace back, or the fullback, okay? In this case, it's I formation, so they're keying number 34. One of the most plays that everybody thinks they can run against this defense is to take and kick our tackles out, center blocks, one linebacker, fullback blocks the other linebacker, tailback runs right up the cranny on us. Okay, what we're going to try to do here now, as soon as we read that, we're taking a read step, and to us, it's like a quarterback sneak. We're jamming that down inside. Our tackles are keying the fullback, and they're actually going to come across their face, which you're not going to see right now. But we're trying just to squeeze that down in the middle. The key element of this play is we're trying to jam it up inside. The ends and the outside linebackers ends are playing bounce, outside linebackers are playing the tailback. What you're going to see is a whole conglomerate of bodies getting jammed by the inside linebackers inside here, okay? Middle ISO, gentlemen, middle ISO on sound, okay? You guys kick out. You come and block Freddie. Alex, you block Steven. Remember, good read step, meet him with the inside shoulders and squeeze it down. Go about half speed, guys. You're the tailback. You're the tailback. Just run up in there. Ready? On sound. Hut. Okay? So what we want to try to accomplish is just a big pile of bodies and just cut that off. Again. Ready? Hut. Okay. Reset. Now, if we read trap, straight trap, no problem, because they're keying the fullback. They're both keying the fullback. Okay? The nice thing about this is against an I formation, it almost eliminates some blocking angles. So if the center comes out to block him, and he comes out to block him, and he blocks down, they've got a reach block on our tackle. Our tackle should make the play. Or if they block out, block down, and kick out with the tackle, we're still okay. We should be able to get underneath this block right here. We should be able to get through this block here. So let's run. You two guys come down. You kick out. Fullback trap. Okay? To simulate a tackle, we're going to block Paul. And you run away, like tailback counter, okay? On sound. Ready? Hut. Okay? Again. Now, key element. As soon as we read fullback, where are we going? Harder in there, okay? If I get caught, I cannot get caught with my outside shoulder on this guard. I've got to get underneath it right away, okay? Another key point is I cannot worry about trying to take this guy on. I got to get to the fullback, okay? Here we go. You just run, run option, yeah. Toss sweep. Ready? It's tough if we don't run I formation, right? Ready? Hut! There you go. Garen, don't even touch Paul. You just try to get to Freddie. One more time. Ready? Hut! Perfect. Okay, here we go. Another key thing is the power sprint draw with the outside linebacker. So what we've done now is what a lot of teams try to do is base block our offensive tackle, which we don't want to happen. So we're going to show you via a base block, and we're going to show you against a wrap block, a step around block, full block. Here we go. Now, inside linebacker is going to take this tackle on with his inside shoulder. As I read power, he's reading the fullback coming to kick out the end. I want to run right through his outside shoulder, because he has to get right to here. Right to here. Again, Willie's going to slow play it for any cutback or tailback counter or anything like that. Okay, gentlemen, let's run power. 42 power, or 48 power. Ready? Hut! Perfect. One more time. Okay, now we're going to show you with a full block. So here's what we want you to do, Serge. I want you just to step down to Paul. I want you to step around and try to hook Steven. Now, on a full block, it's even more important that we get further downhill. And what generally happen with the guard will float in the hole. A full block makes it easier for us to get into the hole against this play. Okay? Here we go. Let's full block it. Power, via a full block. Ready? Hut. Okay, on the ball one more time. Now, Steven, remember, you got to take him off the inside shoulder. See that? He knew exactly what he did wrong. He's got to maintain outside leverage, because remember, he goes inside, he has help. He has help with Freddie coming through, 54 coming through. Try it again. Ready? 54 is right underneath the help. One more time. Hut. Perfect. Okay, now, split back power. How do we play that with these guys? Now, what he's reading is his back's coming into the line of scrimmage, coming out, kicking out an end. So come out here and kick out the end. Yeah. Far back's trailing. As soon as I read power, we're taking a real downhill approach. We're trying to get to the tight end's inside foot. Now, right now, we don't have a tight end out there. But what he's going to try to do is attack everything with his inside shoulder hard and come back real hard now. Okay. To you, power to your side, Paul. Slow play it and then get down the line of scrimmage, if ready, okay? We're going to slow play it for trap. Then we're going to scrape to assist. He's got help to the inside. He's got help outside with Sam and the defensive end and the corner here. But all of our inside help is coming from here with the tackle. Here we go. Power to your side, Paul. All right, Steve, ready? Hut. And see his angle there. Now, that's the same angle we would use on the outside veer. Power and outside veer are the same play to us almost. Identical. Okay, again, please. Ready? Hut. Perfect. Okay, reset. Now, the speed trap. So what we're going to do if they run the speed trap here. Well, it's pretty easy. This time, Sergio, I want you to trap Paul. You two guys block the backers. You run option. You run what speed trap? 30 speed trap. Here we go. Now, what you're going to see now is this guy is going to have to step up hard because the speed trap starts out right in the dive hole, and it breaks back to our other inside linebacker. So generally what's going to happen is this guy's going to come right here. Now, what you're going to see is number 54, as his back leaves, his bites go right to that back. And he should be right up on that speed trap right away, one-on-one, coming through. Okay, 30 speed trap, guys, just react to speed trap, okay? Remember, getting out. Remember, you're still reading dive, Steve. Don't cheat. We don't have the people. Ready? Hut. Okay. Again. Get upfield and get it now. Okay? Go straight upfield. Now, coaching point. If Freddie did something a little, it's kind of hard to simulate this without the bodies here. As I read this, what I want to do, this guy's coming out to block me. I want to get underneath the center and over the top of him to get in here because we've got help from the tackle. Tackle should be squeezing this. Run it again. Ready? Hut. Perfect. Okay, reset. Inside linebackers in a very precarious position in the toss sweep. They've got to check for any reverse, counter, anything coming back. Then they need to scrape down a line. Essentially what's going to happen is the inside backers are going to take care of any cutback. If the ends or the outside linebacker does the job, the tailback should be cutting right back into them right here. Remember the defensive ends outflanking them to the outside there, and the tackles are moving more lateral on a sweep. So I toss sweep on sound, gentlemen. Ready? Hit. We'll have the tailback kind of get trapped and come back to the backers to show you what they should do. You go ahead and kick out the, try to hook the end out there. Hit. We've got plenty of green shirts coming back inside. Let's say we've got an ace backfill. Right here, please. So their key leaves their area. As soon as their key leaves, they're going to cross key to the next nearest back before they vacate. That will hurt us. Now, the onside backer must respect the onside play. But the backside backer, as soon as that key leaves, he is going to cross key to the next nearest back that can hurt us. And right now that's a wing on the counter. So as this back leaves, he immediately is going to key this backer right here. This running back right here. Okay, let's run the counter to this side, please. On sound. Now, again, coaching point, remember, he's got help from the tackle, outside backer, in the end. Let's move the wing over here now, Ryan. Okay, counter the other way. Ready? Hit! Now, obviously, when you're running counter, reverse, etc., these things should be in the scouting report. These things should be available to these people so they have some idea of it. Also, frequency at practice. How many times you're going to run this? If they run it one time a game, they need to see at least one time during a week in a scrimmage situation, either in a 8-on-8 type situation or during a scrimmage type situation. First thing we're going to take you through is their stance and their alignment. Sam is the strong side outside linebacker. He's always going to go to the tight end side. He's going to be in a very interesting stance, very crouched, and his outside foot's going to be up because as the ball snapped, he's watching the ball, he's going to step into the tight end and come across his body and trap him. He's never going to allow the tight end to release inside on an inside linebacker. Okay? I know it's a little contrary to keeping that outside foot free, but you got to realize you're taking a step into the line of scrimmage, freeing up the outside foot, trapping the tight end. So, hit. Okay, now Sam and Rover are interchangeable. If there's two tight ends, Rover would line up just like Sam is. He'd go opposite the strength. That would be determined either by the scouting report or the formation. You had double tight ends, flanker right or left on this, right now left on us, or right, I guess, because we're on this side of the ball. We might determine this as strength. Or we may say they run away from the flanker. We're putting our Sam there. That would be a game situation type of change there. Now, Ryan, can I have you just step out for a second? Now, if there is no tight end, there's just a tackle here. Say they run with a pro. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to be 2 yards deep and 2 yards to this side right here. You're going to be in a little bit more looser open stance, key in the far back. Now, what you're thinking about here is quick look in a little bit. You're thinking also about a back out of the backfield, but you're a little looser. You still have the same responsibilities as you did when you're up the line of scrimmage. However, there's no end there. A wing back now, or a slot, come here, Ryan, line up off the ball. Right there. Rover would come right up, play on a line of scrimmage. Now, he's going to get in a crouch stance, so you defend, but he's going to stay a little bit more square. He's got to have his back foot, inside foot back a little bit. He'll still step up, so if the guy tries to release inside, he'll step up and trap him now for the pop pass or to block the inside linebacker. Okay? If it's a double wing, Sam would assume the same responsibility. And we're cross-keying. We're keying the ball to the far back, this back right here. After the ball snapped, he has 3 things to do. Actually 4 depending upon the coverage. If we are running a green coverage, which is the zone, he goes to the flat, he attacks the power, he attacks the pitch on the option, and he fills on the sweep. He fills on the ISO. ISO is almost like a power because it's coming in the same area. Now, what we're going to show you now is this path on the option. This running back's going to dive. And generally what happens is a split 4-4, the tight end will try to hook your tight end in. Pitchback's going to come here, and this isn't always a point of clinic argument that you can't get there. Had several players intercept pitches because they get the right pitch relationship. And what that relationship is he moves into the pitch. He has time to get here. He's going to get out in here. Out in here. Not upfield, not underneath it, out in front of it. On sound. Hit. Gets depth out there. See, now by doing that, we've got a mush. We're attacking the quarterback here. We got a great chance of just stopping that thing right with the quarterback. right with the quarterback. Let's look at that again. Hit. The one thing he cannot do, he has help from the end, but he's got to make sure he does not get pushed down into this C gap a little too much. He's got to get up square, and his path to the ball is going to be through this tight end to about, really, even though he's keying that back there, to about the near back's numbers. If he gets in here too much, he'll underrun it. All it takes is in here, get down in here for me, Chris. All it takes is, if he gets sunken down into here, is this, and he can't make the play. So he wants to get up in here, maintain his rush path. His rush path's going to be upfield at about the near back's number when he sees power. How does he know it's a power? Running back disappears, kicks end out. Here it comes. Let's walk through it, gentlemen, on sound. They square in a hole, big in a hole now, Chris. Hit. Just what we want right there. Now remember, he has help right here from the inside backer. So he doesn't want to get there, because if he gets inside, the back can sneak inside, and sometimes he'll take himself out of the play. So he wants to stay in that hole, stay big, and explode into the running back when it comes. So run it again, please, on sound. Hit. Beautiful. And what's going to happen is the tight end is going to hook our defensive end out here. And what is really happening to Sam, a good football team, is going to try to log on him with their fullback. Okay? They're going to try to hook him and come down on him like that, because if we get any stretch, they want to stop the stretch. What we mean by stretch is as we string this thing out and stretch it along like this and keep it going lateral to our line of scrimmage, that we have somebody inside. The end's going to force the running back to Sam. If Sam can't make the play, he's going to force it back into Mike. Mike back to Willie. And remember, the little fat tackles are coming along there to help him, okay? So what we're going to do right now is I want you just simply to scrape down the line of scrimmage. And as Frank comes to you, I want you to try to maintain some outside leverage and try to keep Ryan from getting around you, okay? So we're turning it back in to all the green shirts. On sound. I toss sweep. Hit. Going to force it back in. Remember, Mike's coming through. He's right in here. Tackle's coming through in here. On the trap. Trap. In a split 4-4 defense, you're overplaying the trap. Is number 60 would go away from Chris. He's still always keying this back. Always keying number 6 there. So a trap is no problem to him. So as the back would go away and he'd take on his man, he would start working down laterally, maintaining outside leverage and squeezing the field with the end to attack that back. And one thing he has to do that's really important is he can't attack him too early, because if he gets upfield too early and gets turned, guy could bounce outside and get around him. Maybe he sucks the end too far down inside them. So he wants to maintain a good body position. And again, like we said with the defensive ends, we'll tell our young players, we'll make them hold that arm out in scrimmage. We want to see that arm hanging out there. Okay, we're going to run trap. If you run in the trap right here, Ryan, you're clearing around like in a power, okay? On sound. Hit. Let's just imagine, for the sake of personnel now, we have slot over there, split backs, and Chris's key is number 60. Okay, if they're running a true counter, they're going to run it probably off power action, so his key's going to leave. As soon as his key leaves, he cross keys to the wing back. The next most dangerous back that can hurt this football team right now is that back right there. So what he's going to do is play it exactly like the trap, but this time he has to be a little more patient, because if he gets too far down inside, again, the guy will bounce outside him. So he's got to get back down into about this B-gap area If the tackle hasn't squeezed it yet, he's got to get into here. Hopefully the tackle squeezed it, and the end is helping. But the first thing he's got to do is make sure he yells counter, counter, counter. Letting that inside backer know and that end know, stay at home. Here it comes. Hit. Most likely going to happen is tight end's going to try to kick this man out. Try to just keep him on the line of scrimmage and keep him from closing down inside. Hit. Beautiful. What you've seen here in this video, vs. the run, are all the things that we think are important for you to be able to run this defense. The book is a great accompaniment with this video. You can email me at this number on the screen. I will be more than happy to keep in touch with you. Several people have faxed me formations and how to line up, and they want alignment questions and so forth. I'm readily available. I'm generally at the AFC convention every year, in the book booth, in the video booth, and I'm here to help you. But what I really want to remind you is this defense, this book, these videos are like an erector set. There's a lot of things you can do with this defense that we're not talking about, that people have done things that we haven't done at the schools I've been at. This is a tremendous defense, and I know it will be as good for you as it's been for me.